I say let Hope say.
Yeah. What was the name of the animal? Is it fox or I forgot? Fox. Okay. First we were at like the temple with the three. I forgot what they're called. Immortals, and we were trying to figure out. They were like under the fox. Like I don't know how to explain it. But then we ended up going with that NPC character to his village to help his son. Then it led us right to Fox, and so then we defeated the thing that came out of him.
You did defeat the Akuma that came out of
Yeah.
Fox, yes. And with the now cleansed Fox, the party is going with him to the shrine. That's where we're gonna start today, as you walk through the tree portal back to the shrine. Let me go to... Tell me you're loaded in. I assume everyone should be loaded in immediately.
Yep.
Alright.
Yes.
The party steps out of the tree bark. It's a little bit disorienting, but you step into the fresh grass of the shrine. You can see, I forgot to actually do this, but there is a crowd of people gathered at the staircase to the shrine. And they are talking to each other, as well as some of them look pretty angry. Fox sort of hops over and jumps on Shizuko's shoulder with his other fox. There's so many foxes on Shizuko right now. And Fox says, "Well, we should probably see what the issue is then." As you guys approach, you start hearing people shouting. People are shouting both at each other and at, just sort of up at the temple. You can very clearly see that people are dissatisfied. I'm not going to shout every single grievance they have, but you see very clearly they are shouting. They are dissatisfied with what they asked for. Some people are asking. Some people who ask for very minor things like good health or safe travels are back after you saw them wish, I guess, yesterday, right?
Yep.
And people are very angry. They're up in arms. Although none of them have actual weapons, they're pretty pissed.
I will stand up and very loudly yell. Well, no, not yell. It's more like just allow the tone of my voice to get very loud and kind of project my voice and say, so what is going on here?
Quite a few of them turn to you, and the shouting kind of quells for a second. This man speaks up.
No.
This peasant speaks up and he says, the immortals aren't seeing guests anymore. They say that we all should just go home.
Okay. And what seems to be the problem with that?
Well, woman speaks up. She says, I I gave them the rest of my crop and asked for safe travels, but they say they can't do that anymore. Deer came down. The first time we've seen any of them leave the temple, and he said simply that all of the offerings, they could not be paid for. And that was it. They left us here and told us to not approach the temple.
I will look to Fox and say, and then to the people and say, well then maybe I should go talk to the immortals.
You see Fox. Everyone here sees Fox. However, the peasants or the what's it called? The gathered rabble does not seem to acknowledge Fox in any specific way, seeming like he's only visible to you at this point, or this party. And Fox sort of telepathically says to everyone, "We should give these people their offerings back."
Very well.
Fox sort of jumps onto this and starts doing that, because he's like a Fennekin fox. He's very small, so he starts running up the side of the...
I am going to go talk to the immortals and see if I can get you your offerings back.
Okay. You sort of brush by this man as... what is the rest of the party doing?
Moving.
The rest of the party is very quiet, but they are moving.
Yes.
The stairs creak, almost with a old weariness, like an old man standing up from a chair. As you approach the top, you see there are people here. So one sec. Farther back in the shrine, you see the three immortals, with their legs crossed, meditating, facing one another, sort of facing the center candle that is burning very quietly and very dimly. Gathered around them are boxes, scrolls, buckets. You see actually on the belt of Tiger Strength Immortal, you see that longsword that Tong gave to him. And as you all approach, they turn in unison towards each other. Fox kind of hopping down. Tiger Strength stands up, and he says, "We said no guests."
It seems that you have some offerings that are not being used appropriately. Maybe perhaps it is time to return them.
The immortals all look at each other, and then look at Fox. He says, "We'll sort of get down to one knee." The Tiger Strength, Deer Strength, and Ghost Strength Immortal all sort of look at each other with confusion and say, "We have so much. You cannot..." Fox sort of gives them a stern look, at least the sternest look that a Fennekin fox can give someone. Probably still very cute, but got that, like, kind of, like, anger. He says, "You will give these offerings back to these innocent people. The immortals once again look at each other and say, until Deer speaks up. And he says,
They belong to you for what reason? Because you have taken them?
We have not. Tiger Strength gives you a stern look and sort of postures forward, sort of flexing slightly. He says, "They were not taken."
They were given in return for service. Service that was not given.
Goat speaks up, and he says, "We will give the offerings that we cannot repay. However, the rest of the offerings are ours." Fox kind of looks at the group for some sort of measured response.
And what do you plan to do with said dogs?
But these offerings are ours.
No, they were given to Fox, not to you. It is up to Fox to do with as they were. You were just emissaries of Fox. The power was given to you by Fox so that you could be his emissaries. He has asked that as his emissaries, you give back.
Tiger Strength steps up and sort of reaches up to his head and takes the bit of fox fur down from a headband. And he sort of throws it down to the ground and says, "I don't need Fox anymore."
Tanky,
Yes.
look at General.
Yeah, that's yes. A very angry Fennekin Fox. Fox sort of sadly looks at the group and says, "It's true. The Goat Strength and Deer Strength Immortal look insulted as well, and they, not quite as brashly as Tiger, but they slowly take their fur ornaments off, their charms, and sort of drop them to the ground. Deer being the most reluctant, as he sort of sets the charm on the ground rather than throwing it, like Tiger did.
The gifts or the offerings were for Fox, not for you. Leave the offerings and you can leave.
Tiger Strength steps back and gets in a posturing stance. "You will not steal this from me."
You are stealing it from Fox. I am merely here to make sure that the proper order of things gets returned. You are being a thief. I thought you were better than this. I thought you were trying to do what was right, what was proper. That is what you told me when we last spoke.
Tiger Strength Immortal sort of growls under his breath. Deer and Goat kind of look at each other reluctantly.
I am not asking you to give the power back that Fox gave to you.
Goat interrupts and steps forward. "May we have a moment to speak alone?"
Of course.
They sort of step backwards into a huddle, as well as you also all step back into a huddle. You have a moment to speak with each other privately before they are finished, speaking with each other privately.
I'll look at the other 2 plus Fox and say, "So, what do you think, my friends?"
That means you, Hope and Sigi.
Yes. They need to give back what they've taken.
I worry that they've also taken on some of the taint of the Akuma.
Do you think that they are possessed by the same thing that possessed Fox?
Fox speaks up and says, likely not the same thing, but in the way that I leech life, the Akuma within me leech life from the forest and its denizens, they have also become leeches, but of wealth.
I am trying to.
If they will not return the offerings to the people and to me fairly, then I see no reason other than to come to blows.
Perhaps.
What do you think? Fox turns his head towards Jian.
Well, if it is an Akuma, then I don't believe that this can be settled 100% peacefully. Don't you think?
Fox nods. I think Tiger is the most possessed. Perhaps if we were to battle him and defeat him, there's no need to kill him, but perhaps simply defeating him would make the others surrender.
I do not think we should. There's no need to kill them. Agree with that. But if
There
that
is
what,
Oh, continue.
if that's what it comes to, where we have to trade blows, then I suppose it is for a righteous cause. To make things better.
There is a shout from the huddle of the immortals. And specifically between Tiger and Goat are in a very, very kind of like a hushed shouting match. The eventually coming this shouting match ends. I'm actually gonna roll. See something. 1 sec. Okay. There is a shouting match that eventually very clearly becomes Tiger and Deer yelling at Goat, and Goat yelling at them. Goat sort of steps back as Tiger sort of gets in a stance towards him and says, "We need not give back all of the treasure, perhaps simply some of it." And Tiger speaks up and says, "No. None of it goes back. It was given to us." Deer seems more bullied into passivity rather than actively taking a side. Fox is just sitting there like, general chat. He really just be like... What you see right now is probably the beginning of a fist fight between Tiger and Goat. Simply because Tiger could not get enough of a decent argument to make Goat join his side. Goat kind of steps back again and speaks up. We can simply give up. We will be
Stepping forward, I will say, was it not just 2 days ago? Was it 2 days ago or 3?
It was about 2.
Okay. Was it just not 2 days ago that you said that fighting was not necessary unless you were attacked first? Those were your words, Tiger.
Do not twist my words against me, warrior.
I'm not twisting. I am just saying those were your words. Is this a situation that requires going to blows?
Tiger steps up and gives you a stern look, now showing the sort of like more leopine features, the sort of tiger eyes, as he gets in a stance and faces you. He says, "To steal is violence.
But I have not said that I would steal from you. I said that the gifts that you are trying to steal from Fox are improper."
Goat kind of steps down off the platform and kind of backs away. You twist...
I offer you no violence.
God, what's the word? You twist my word with pedantics and semantics.
You mean to steal the stuff that you rightfully stole from Fox is violence to you?
Fox kind of scampers up into this tree and just observes.
If it isn't obvious, I'm trying to provoke Tiger, but doing it in such a logical way that the other two, who seem to have at least some self-control, will see the logic of what I'm saying.
Dear Strength Immortal. Actually, can everyone give me sense motives?
Everyone?
Yeah, everyone give me sense motives. Alright. Do you know how to do a sense motive check, Hope?
Where is it?
It's a skill. Just like how we did stealth before and climb. Remember that?
Okay.
Yep, but instead it's just sense motive. I don't believe you're incredibly good at it, but you at least can roll it.
Why is it not coming up? I'm hitting skill check.
Make sure you have your token selected.
Oh, here we go.
Alright, everyone can tell this. So, Goat is out of the fight. He does not agree with... Although he may not agree with your side, he does want to return at least what they cannot pay for. Tiger is completely opposed to any giving back, and Deer is too passive to argue no. So he will more than likely defend Tiger if this comes to a fight. However, Goat, due to bad rolls from Tiger Strength Immortal intimidating him, Goat has resisted his essentially being bullied into defending. Tiger Strength Immortal speaks up and says, "All right. If you wish to gain the offering so rightfully given to us," Tiger sort of gets in a stance and raises his fists, and says, "Come and take them." The shrine's entrance is quiet as Tiger says this, and Deer kind of very, very quietly and slowly slips into a more defensive stance, whereas Goat steps back and gets down on his knees and gets in a more sort of like a sitting position to prove that he is being submissive in this instance.
Tiger, I do not want to fight you.
Then
I
don't.
just want the people to have what is rightfully theirs.
Tiger
Fox has given it back.
Tiger sort of crouches down into a stance like a pounce almost, and just readies himself.
Fox has given it back. They were given to Fox.
They were given to us! Tiger growls once again. Take them if you can. If not, leave this place.
I will sigh. And then...
Let's snap to grid if we're gonna do combat.
Yep.
Alright, gang. Let's roll initiative then, as you sort of step up. Wuyan and Jian, you both see Yuan Haobo getting ready to approach, and Tiger Strength Immortal is getting ready to fight. What do you both do?
Cast Gravity Bow.
Okay. You wave your hand over your bow, and you feel the weight of it increase. Jian, what are you doing, bud?
I'm not sure what I can do right now.
Well, you have your shadow clones. You have what's it called? You have your invisibility. You can apply a poison to your weapon.
Is there a place where I can see all that, or?
If you double click your character token and go to notes, everything you have is listed.
Oh, okay, I found it.
As a suggestion, a really good one for you to start off with is your shadow clones, because they last for minutes per level, which means that since we're actually getting somewhat of a prep round, having those already up means that the first few attacks will miss you completely, or have a good chance of it.
Can I only cast one spell this prep round?
Yes, because once you guys start casting spells, they're gonna know that you're ready to beat ass, and they're gonna come at you.
Fair enough.
Okay, I do the shadow clone.
Okay, yeah, give me a type /roll space 1d4, and let's see how many shadow clones you get. Wow, nice. Okay, you get in a stance, and either chant some words or activate a charm, and there's now 4 other versions of you standing right next to you. Nice. Okay, initiative time. First, Wuyan, it is your turn.
So we are in combat, right?
Oh yeah, this is combat.
Okay.
They get
epic.
combat music.
Let's just do the old 1-2 punch on the tiger person. Because why not? And by that I mean the rapid fire.
Yeah, give me that roll.
I don't believe I'm getting any bonuses or anything, right?
No specific bonuses, no. For some reason, my battle music is not playing. Let's try this song. Oh, that song is not working. What about this song?
Did you change my bow?
Yep, it's already changed.
Alright, cool. Then, yeah, let's do that. See what happens. Oof.
Okay, Fred Boat, let's disconnect you for a second, bring you back. Okay. Does anyone hear music?
No.
Okay.
No.
Who you firing at? Tiger or deer?
Oh, I said tiger.
Okay. You fire both of those arrows. One of them goes whizzing by Tiger, and the other one, he just punches out of the air, essentially. Deer Strength Immortal will step backwards, get down into meditation stance, and begin to meditate. And he's going to target Tiger Strength Immortal with this ability. So he 5-foot steps and then uses a full round action to begin meditating. Alright. You see, Tiger Strength Immortal is empowered by this meditation. Specifically, he gets +4 to his armor bonus, like mage armor. For some reason, there's no music, which sucks. Let's see. Oh, finally. That was weird.
Yeah, I hear it now.
You want how bow? This is a 5-foot climb.
Okay. I am going to just go ahead and strike the air and resheath my weapon. So I am doing the,
The air
wave
slash.
strike.
Yep, okay, give me a wave strike. You wave strike the air, but the Tiger Strength Immortal quickly sidesteps the blow. Would you like to move?
No, I'm fine.
Mao, now big cat. What is he doing?
Can I charge?
You can.
I will do that then.
And I actually think that Mao has Pounce now, which is busted.
What does that do?
Pounce is an ability where, when you charge someone, you can do a full attack.
Oh, damn, really?
I believe so. Let me check Small Cat. No, it does not have Pounce. It has that sprint ability instead.
Okay.
But it can charge up to 500 feet in a single turn, which is wild.
Very cool.
So where's Mao charging? Tiger? Okay.
Yeah.
Would you like to charge here? That will provoke. This will not.
Actually, hold on. Let me check something real quick. Could I charge here to get flanking?
No, because the charging has to be a front line. I mean, a straight line.
Oh,
So it'd have to be either here or here.
then I'll just
Go there.
go here. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Give me a bite. Now your improved bite.
Chomp.
Chomp. You do chomp down on the Tiger Strength Immortal's arm, but he seems unfazed. 22 is Tygo's defender.
Yeah.
Jijan Bo and your 4 shadow clones. What are you doing?
I suppose I'd have to attack with my katana. How do I get can I move and attack in one turn? Or...
You could move and attack in a single turn, yes.
Alright. And do my shadow clones just kind of
They just follow you. Yep.
me? Okay. Then yeah, I guess I will move.
You could move to, I believe... You could move to here to be flanking for your sneak attack. Although you'd have to either acrobatics to dodge his strike, or just take the hit as you run by him.
I will try that. We'll see if it works.
Okay.
So, that a skill check.
Yep, make an acrobatics check.
Here it is.
19. Ooh, that is not enough.
Okay.
So you run by, but as you try to dodge out of the way, he whips at you with one of his hands, and he claws at you. You take 12 damage.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, do slash roll 1d5. If you roll a 1, it hits you. Nope, it hits a clone.
Do the clones just stay once they're hit, or do they like?
Yeah, as he swipes at you with his claw, you see when he swings, his hand actually turns into a tiger's claw. And as it strikes one of your clones, that clone poofs away into dust, leaving you with 3 clones.
Alright.
But you get to the other side of him, and you are now flanking.
Alright. I can now attack, right?
Yep. Make a opportunity, or make a regular katana attack. That does hit. Nice. For 19 damage. That's a really... Oh, that's you. Sorry, I accidentally hurt you instead.
So you hit yourself for 19 damage. Well done.
Okay. You strike the Tiger Strength Immortal across the back, and that's a pretty beefy hit. Shizuko. 5-foot step. Slumber Hex. Oof. The Deer Strength Immortal is too mentally and spiritually powerful to be put to sleep. Tiger Strength Immortal. 5-foot step. Full attack. And he is a monk, so he's gonna spend key points. Alright. Here is 4 punches. One of them at a -5. The Tiger Strength Immortal rolls forward and unleashes a flurry of claws on you. One of them hits you for 12
Hold
damage.
up.
Oh,
Maybe.
you have an ability?
I am going to attempt to use perform dance check as a dodge. I can do using flowing creek maneuver.
Alright. I believe you have to beat it. Oh.
Yeah, it was unlikely to work, but I wanted to try. So, yeah,
Okay.
I take it.
One of the claws slashes you across your chest. Uyan.
Um,
You have all your
Can we
bonuses,
do-
I believe.
I think. Well, let me see. I'll be doing the
Let's see.
one where I get the +2 competence because he's in melee. I'll do that.
You have your total is +5.
On attack.
Yep, to attack.
Nothing with damage.
Nope. These guys are not demons.
So sad.
The music
This
just
is going against Tiger, by the way.
Tiger. Yep. That second one does hit for a clean 9 damage. Man, I miss Rhythm Bot or Groovy.
Yeah.
These new bots kind of blow. All right. Let's see. You're an issue, Weyoung. So, Deer Strength Immortal is going to charge you.
Oh boy.
Let's see. Deer Strength Immortal sort of slides off this and starts running at you. He is going to... This is really funny. I've never actually gotten to do this as an NPC. But he's going to flying kick you in the face. I've never actually gotten to use monk stuff. Okay, let's see. Flying kicks. So, he can flurry of blows as long as he charges you. So, flying kicks, and he's going to start hitting you. He's a level 5 monk, okay? And he's going to spend a key point to do an additional attack. Alright. Although you dodge 2 of the kicks, he spins around and the side of his foot connects with your jaw, doing 6 damage.
Ow. My jaw.
Deer Strength Immortal never attacks you with his hands, only with his feet. Like a deer would. Or I guess he could headbutt you, but he doesn't have antlers. Yuan Hao Bo, you're face to face with Tiger Strength Immortal.
Okay, I'm going to move here.
Nice.
What happened to Mao? I thought Mao was before.
Mao is up next.
Wow, okay.
And I am going to go ahead and use
There it is.
Primal Wrath, which adds 8 to my damage if I hit. No, 6 to my damage. if I
Would you
hit.
like the stack to be non-lethal?
Yeah, I'm actually planning on all my attacks except for the Wave Strike.
Okay, remember
be
that
non-lethal.
non-lethal attacks have a -4 to hit.
Then you know what? Screw that. He can take a little bit of damage.
Alright. Alright. You just barely don't kill him. You slice down into Tiger Strength Immortal and he falls unconscious on the ground. Mao.
He's gonna charge Deer Strength Immortal.
Big cat.
And he's flanking, right?
He is not flanking, but if he charges this way, he would be.
Okay, let's do that. And,
Okay, give me a bite.
Bite, right?
Yep, give me a bite.
Do I get any bonuses?
Yeah, you get flanking.
Okay, cool.
Ouch. Yeah, Mao reaches down and bites down on Deer Strength Immortal's leg. Deer Strength Immortal yelps out in pain. And seeing Tiger Strength Immortal fall, Deer Strength Immortal will yelp out, "No, stop! I surrender!" Does everyone accept that surrender, or are we gonna keep beating ass?
I will. Well, my weapons are sheathed, but yes, I will go ahead and
Siggy and
make
Hope,
it
what
obvious.
about
Yeah, I'll accept it.
Yes.
you? Alright. Combat ends. They weren't really that strong. But you guys did have the level on them. They would be a lot harder one level ago. Let's see.
And if they were all working together instead of being able to talk one of them out of it.
Yeah. Do your strength kind of like kicks his foot out of Mao's mouth and like bends down, leaning on this, sort of like, looking at his bleeding foot. Fox kind of hops over and casts Stabilize on Tiger Strength Immortal.
Since I'm right there before... Oh, well, never mind. I didn't help. I was going to try stabilizing him, but yeah, I'm not very good at that.
The Immortal kind of like looks slightly disappointed by the loss of his comrades and says, "Well, I suppose there's nothing left for us here then."
The treasure is not mine. The treasure is for the people. Or, no, I will say the offerings are for the people.
They kind of look despondent, but accepting. Here, let me... He's not actually healed, but I gotta heal him so he becomes a token again, instead of an object. They sort of both together pick Tiger Strength Immortals up, and they take the side entrance as to not be mobbed by peasants. And they run off. Probably to never be seen again. Fox lets out a large sigh. Or a very small sigh with very small fox lungs.
Oh, did they still have that sword? I would have snagged the
No,
sword.
no. It's implied that you definitely take the sword
Okay.
back. Well, Fox says, I'm sure you have other places to be, so I will handle giving them their offerings back. I don't want to burden you with accounting.
I will take care of letting them know they are getting him back.
Fox kind of scampers off into the pile of offerings to start sorting them out. As he does, the wood of the shrine bends slightly. Out of the floorboards, sort of with boxes and bags for carrying things and placing them where they belong, many guardians that you saw before. I can zoom in on their art because they're very cool. Many guardians spring out of the wood itself and start gathering things, sorting things like food into certain parts and coins into certain parts as you guys all begin walking down the stairs.
People.
Everyone is kind of confused. It says,
I am Yuan Haobo, the proper ruler of these lands. And
there's like a hushed whisper among the crowd.
And as of right now, Fox and I have agreed that we shall give you back all of your offerings.
There is an elated cheering among the crowd. He says, and one of the scholars says, all of them?
Fox is right now figuring out what offerings belong to what person. He should be the one that takes care of it.
And what of the immortals?
The immortals have been asked to leave for not understanding that the offerings should be returned.
Okay, yeah, there is definitely a mood of elation through the crowd as everyone. Hope, can you hear us now? Hope put in the general chat their VC keeps
Yeah, I can hear. It just cuts out for a few seconds, so I'm just like, if I accidentally miss something, that's fine.
That's fine. Usually I'm a derivative enough person speaking that I usually say things twice, so it's fine. Okay, gang. Here's a full heal for the road, in case you guys got hurt by that. I think only really Yuan got hurt. Oh, Jijan got punched, but you guys should be fine now. As the people line up to meet with Fox's guardian, which again, as you guys start walking down, they start springing up out of the woodwork. They start springing up out of the woodwork as you guys walk down the shrine. You guys get on your kites. And where are we going, gang? This adventure is slightly over.
Actually, I want to have one brief conversation with Fox before we leave.
Okay. You guys...
Okay.
I'll bring you guys back up to the shrine. That's you guys, Jesus.
We need triplicates of us. Once we get back up... Fox, what are you going to do about the shrine?
Oh, this place? He motions at the shrine around you.
Mm-hmm.
I might move in.
Very well.
That smaller building is a little bit overrated. It's thematic, but really lacks space.
Very well. And the villagers that have sprung up, the village that has sprung up around the shrine.
Well, they'll live their lives as they always have, but now without needing to offer so much to the immortals.
I would like to go ahead and have something of a reminder put in place for the immortals and the concern of greed. Can we go ahead and have a small token built into the shrine as a reminder of what greed and taking one above one station can do? I do not wish to enforce humbling upon you, my friend, but it would remind the people as well.
Fox raises a paw and says, "Such a small thing could be done, easily. I could simply do it myself." Fox just waves a paw, and right here, sort of above the shrine, a plaque with a... what's it called? With, we can agree on the saying itself, but a plaque with a saying or a lesson on greed will just be carved into the wood.
Okay, perfect.
Wood is my element. It is no issue of mine.
It is what I assumed. I wanted to be as a reminder for both yourself and my own children when they come. Little does he know if they
I was about to say, ironically, Yuan Habo dies without children, and that causes...
I'm aware.
I was about to say, that basically fucks up this whole island for, like, generations to come.
I'm aware, but see, he wouldn't be planning that.
True.
Thank you.
Well, gang.
Off to the next.
Yes. So I have everything prepared now. So you can go wherever you want. I'll bring you to the map. So, there are 4 other yokai that you know exist, and you know their locations. The ones in the mountains are Tiger Mole and Salamander, but you don't know which one is which. This one is absolutely Spider. And this one is Turtle. I think the plan for the group was to go to either Tiger Mole or Salamander, because from the rumors you heard, they don't really like each other, and they're not getting along right now.
Right.
And the other ones don't have any pressing matters you didn't hear, at least.
Right, and we might hear about pressing matters on the way. So yeah, that's what we'll do.
Okay, does anyone have any objections to that?
Nope.
I don't think Hope has any context to say no, but... You know, guys, let's just not do the yokai thing. Let's just go somewhere else.
Let's just go attack the princess.
For real. You mean the Empress?
Well,
you mean
no,
your sister?
Princess. I understand the rest of the world thinks she's the Empress, but...
Okay, gang. So, the group can easily charter a boat from Nukumaru to Nakahama, or Nakahama, if you wished. Or you guys could take kites there. It would be about the same amount of time, I think. Because you move... Was it 3 squares a day?
Yeah.
Or 3 hexes a day? 3 hexes a day by kite, with no chance of random encounters except when you sleep. So let's see. Let's do some math here. 1, 2, 3. It would take 3 days to get to Nukumaru. And then by kite, it would take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days to get to Tiger Mole by kite, and it would take 5 days to get to Nakahama, which then it would take. So basically, the boat only shaves 1 day off, so it's up to you guys, really.
I feel like if we went by kite, if there is something going on that's affecting the people, we would be able to see that on the ground and potentially offer help, but I don't know.
So boat is technically faster. It's about a day and a half faster. However, you will have chances of random encounters on the water. However, kite, you only have the chance of random encounters when you sleep. And not on the travel.
I am okay either way. You guys make this decision. I've been doing a lot of decisions because my character's supposed to be, but, you know, it shouldn't necessarily be me making the decisions, even though it's the character that is.
Hope, what do you think?
So, you said there would be less encounters on the boat, but
there would be more chances of encounters on the boat. However, it is quicker. So it's a more dangerous but quicker path, or a slower but definitely safer path.
But like when we went to Owlbear, for example, we saw
people in trouble on the way via kites.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. As if we see people in trouble, then we can help them. But yeah.
Alright, I guess I'm leaning towards kites then.
Alright, gang. We start our kite flights. I guess I don't need to use the dock map for Nokohama now. But let's begin rolling. So, I will go by, and then every day I will roll a D100 when you camp to see if you get an encounter. And then I have a bunch of camp maps ready for that, in case that becomes an issue. Okay, first day is eventless. So is the second day. On the third day, you arrive at Nukumaru. Is there any reason you'd like to enter the city other than getting a good night's sleep on a bed?
Refilling our supplies and then sleeping on a bed.
Yeah,
That's about it.
So no very important RP that needs to happen. Let's see. Fourth day. Okay, that was closer to an encounter, but not one. Fifth day. Sixth day.
What number range means an encounter?
1
If
to
you
10.
don't mind. Huh?
1 to 10 with the kites.
Oh, that's not much.
Is it? The kites are really, really powerful. That's why they only work on this island. Okay, you guys have been flying for what is almost a week at this point. Flying for 8 hours a day and then sleeping. You guys are kind of getting the hang of this kite thing. Okay, as you approach the mountain range here, first thing you see, this mountain right here is filled with holes. Like a purple worm has been digging in it. All along the sides of the mountains, and along the base of the mountains, there are enormous tunnels, digging in, almost like it's made of Swiss cheese. And in the far, far distance, you see the sort of main road crosses through the mountain pass, sort of avoiding the tunnels as it goes by.
Were we
Okay.
wanting to go to Nakohama first, or go to where the possible yokai is? I guess, is there any reason to go to Nakohama?
Can anyone think of any specific reason?
No.
Alright. The gang swoops down, bird style. Okay,
Oh
first...
wait, what was... Maybe I wasn't listening, but what was the reward we got from Fox?
Oh, Fox gave the sheath, which was given to an NPC. And gave... what's it called? What was that other item?
The sheath I got, which I gave to NPC, and then the other item was something that Hope got.
Yeah. What was it?
It
Was
was...
it a health thing or strength?
Yeah, health.
Oh, yeah, it was the
fun,
Belt of Constitution, right? Yeah, Hope got that.
which really helps.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So, as you fly over the whole mountain, you've never seen a mountain quite like this. It's kind of ridiculous to the point of, like, how is this mountain still functioning? But as you are flying over mountain passes, you see a single prick of lantern light walking along the path. This is sort of as you're getting down for camping, and as you're looking for a place to camp. Along a ravine, there is a single lantern light. It's too far away to see if it's just one person, because it's too dark, but it is just a single lantern light, and it does sway gently as the person walks.
Well, let's go ahead and
Does the party wish to investigate, or do they continue?
Yeah.
Do they want to? Okay, I was about to say, do you want to just keep?
I
playing it?
want to. Anybody else want to or no?
Say that again.
Do you want to investigate the single lantern light that showed up? There's probably somebody there that, and probably one of the first people we ran into since we started riding the kites on this part of the trip.
I'm in favor of checking it out.
Hope.
Yes.
All right. The group flies down into the mountain pass. As you fly down, you notice very quickly that it is just one person. There's not like a group of people with only one lantern. And then, as I say person, saying person is a bit vague, because it's certainly a humanoid. However, the humanoid is very small, almost like a... I was gonna say like a dwarf, but there's no dwarves. You've not discovered dwarves yet in this timeline, so... It's a very small man. Like a... The word dwarf, but not the race dwarf. I'll bring you to the map. Tell me when you're loaded.
Loaded.
I'm loaded.
All right. For vertigo reasons, this is like a 400 foot drop.
Okay, I'm loaded now.
You see, walking, sort of pacing back and forth at the edge of this bridge, you see a humanoid. I will zoom in on its art. The humanoid is sort of nervously walking back and forth in front of the bridge, sort of looking at the bridge, and then he obviously can't see you because he's holding his lantern out in front of him. It's kind of stopping his, like, night vision from being that good past this area. And I know this is like a bright map, but just pretend it's nighttime. The creature is sort of pacing back and forth, looking at the bridge nervously, like getting very, very, very close to the edge, but not close enough that he could like be leaning over it and like looking down with his one big eye.
Hello, friend! Yelling across the bridge.
There's a... He audibly gasps, which you think would be very quiet, but it is deafeningly loud as he gasps. It's like... I don't know how to describe a loud gasp. But as he very, very gently inhales, it is loud enough to make your guys' ears ring that far away. And he sort of backs away, sort of waving the lantern in the air with his hand over his mouth. As you guys sort of recover from that deafening sound for a split second, your hearing comes back to you. The creature has one leg that it hops on. As it sort of hops, it's waving the lantern, trying to like get a better look at you, and it has its other hand over its mouth. Despite the fact that it would usually be out of balance, this creature seems to have no issue walking on one leg.
Is the bridge unsafe?
Does anyone have knowledge engineering?
I'm yelling that to the creature as well.
Oh, you're yelling to the creature. The Yama Gigi, sort of walks over and, like, hops very gently on the side of the bridge, and the bridge does sway and creak. The Yamajiji gets very, very close to the ground and sort of lays down and cups his hand in between the dirt. So it looks like he's whispering to the dirt, and you all hear a regular voice as he whispers. Yes. The bridge is very unstable. How did you get to that side?
We flew.
Flew. I don't.
Yes.
You don't have any wings.
No, but we do have kites that allow us to fly during the day.
This is the ASMR yokai. I need help crossing this bridge. I left the stove on at home.
Well, how can we help?
Do you have another bridge?
God, the sarcastic part of me wants to go ahead and say, no, I don't carry back pocket.
Despite the fact that I am whispering, you hear the creature as if it was talking right next to you. This creature is unnaturally loud, no matter what it does.
We do not have another bridge, but we might be able to fashion something.
Out of what?
We have extra rope.
The only wood I see is down the pit. Extra rope?
Yes.
Alright. How much rope do you have?
My character is carrying 150 foot of silk rope, so he'll say, a lot?
Alright. Can you throw the rope to me?
Well, I think we could do one better. I do have fishing line and tackle. I will go ahead and hand the fishing line to Wu Yan and tie the other end to the rope and say, can you get this fishing line over there?
If you mean by shooting it,
Yeah.
I will certainly try.
Alright.
Just
Just
don't stick the guy.
Yeah, just give me a shot.
Could I get
It is dark.
This...
Right. So you can make a shot. If you roll a natural 1, you hit the guy.
I'm trying to think. Is it? Can I cast Aspect of the Falcon first or something? If that even does anything.
No, just give me any roll. Anything will hit because it's like you're shooting at like a wall.
Okay.
Like it's not gonna dodge, but if you roll in that 1, you're gonna hit the guy.
Okay.
Okay. You fire the bow over, and the Yamajiji is what it's called, sets down his lantern and scoops up one half of the rope.
Actually, since they're in 50-foot sections, it would be 2 sections of rope.
Okay.
So that we could tie 2 sections over here, and he could tie 2 sections over there, and he could use it as extra support.
All right, thanks. I'm gonna. Now, what should I do with the rope?
Tie it to the poles there, and I'll tie my end to these poles.
Okay. He uses his 2 arms to tie the different sections of the rope up pretty decently. And he says, okay, they're both tied now. By the way, I'm sorry for this ASMR deep fried, like, this is the ASMR encounter. Okay, both of my sides of the rope are tied.
Okay, so put most of your weight on the rope as you go across, and we'll see how it goes.
Okay, yeah. Give me, what role would this be? Give me flat intelligence. And so will he. Nice. He tied his rope pretty expertly. You did not do so well, but luckily he makes up for it.
Yeah.
The Yamajiji very, very slowly makes his way. After like maybe 5-6 minutes of him not looking down, he very quietly makes his way over. As he approaches you, he covers his mouth and closes his lips. And he sort of nods to you all in thanks.
I nod back and say, "You're welcome to share a fire with us, but if you have to go, we understand."
He shakes his head no very quickly, and he says, oh, he doesn't say anything, because then you'd all die. But he nods, and then reaches into his sack, and he pulls out a flute, which he hands to the person, I guess, who shot the bow. He hands the flute to you, Wuyan. And then he kind of scampers away on his one leg, sort of hopping down the trail until he's out of sight.
Okay.
The flute is warm to the touch, and it has a very, very gentle, like, tingling hum to it.
What was that? Sorry.
Sorry, that was someone calling to my dog.
No, it's okay.
They just so happened to do it directly next to my door. The flute hums and tingles very gently in your hands. Shizuko can tell you what that does.
Yes, that would be very helpful.
Alright, that is a one-use item. Blowing into it will cast a spell. What spell? That's a good question. I have it written here somewhere. I'm sorry, I can't find my page.
That's right.
1 second. This will, once per day, or not once per day, once, and then it is just a regular flute. You can blow it and cast Dance of 100 Cuts. You target someone, or not you target someone, the person who blows into this is a 4th level bard spell, gets a +2 to attack rolls, damage rolls, acrobatics checks, and armor class, equal to +3 for 1 round per level. And you must move every turn to have this spell stay in effect.
So makes good stats for one use.
Yep. It makes you really, really strong at melee attacks for 5 rounds.
We need to go ahead and build a muzzle for it so that Mao can use it. Because I think Mao is the only one that is a strength-based attacker.
Wait, it is all melee attack rolls, including dex rolls.
Oh, okay.
And it's a morale bonus as well.
Oh, nice.
Okay, well, I'm glad I have a high-quality microphone for that encounter.
So then I don't know, I don't necessarily think that this would be the best thing for me to have. If it's for melee, right?
Yeah,
Sure.
I should go.
It
go
was just
to
it was just handed to you because you were there.
Right.
Jijan Bo or Yan Haobo.
Remember that if you have it active, you need what's it called? You need to continue moving every round. So you need to move at least 10 feet per round to keep it active.
Maybe I should give it to Yuan since he's the most experienced with mechanics of stuff, and he would probably know when to use it best.
Okay.
If nobody else objects.
You can put in your inventory, Yuan, that you gained the dancing flute. Okay, gang. You set up camp for the night? Alright. And in the morning, you are left with, and I'll zoom in on the mountain range, this whole mountain range to play with. So, everyone give me perception checks. Oh, I'm sorry, you don't have your tokens right here. 1 second. Here you go.
Alright, you said perception. Correct?
Yep, give me perceptions, everybody. Alright. Wuyan, you are the one with the most astute eyes. You see that while this mountain is covered in holes and tunnels like I saw, the mountain over there is actually a dormant but was once active volcano.
This one?
Yes.
Interesting.
It's strange because there's like a cutoff line right here where like the volcanic ash doesn't go and where the tunnels stop. It's literally like it's like a yard where someone like cut all their grass and someone didn't. It's like a very clear divide.
I am going to trying to think. I was gonna say perhaps Salamander was here because association with, being in a volcano, whatever, association with like fire and whatnot. But what was the other one? Tiger mole?
Tiger mole, yep. You have no clue what that is.
Right.
Assuming it's some kind of mole.
Which could explain the whole bunch of holes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, and whatever's making these holes is huge.
Yeah. Or if they're fighting each other, then maybe they did this to each other. I don't know.
Well, like TPing someone's house?
Yeah, where Tiger Mole dug a bunch of holes in Salamander's place, and then Salamander turned Tiger Mole's place into a volcano hellscape thing. But I don't know. I think it's the first way around, personally. But what was the note that we had about each of them? Did we have any notes?
You had some basic personality stuff. Let me actually look that up. You know that Salamander is obviously hot-headed. Sort of thematically, by the fact that this is a story, the fire character has to be hot-headed. And Salamander is very militaristic. He's very angry, and also sometimes he can be very petty. Tiger Mole, you know, is very, very passive, slow to make decisions, and very reclusive. That's all you know about their personalities that has been told to you.
Well, what do the others think, I guess?
As to which one is where?
Well, I guess that, and also which one should we go to first? Well, I mean, I guess this one is the closest, but I don't know if anyone had a preference to one or the other. I assume not.
Not really. I say we go ahead and explore where we're at and see what we can figure out. Checking out the holes, because I think that one of the yokai made it the hole, so we should check those out to see if
Well,
we
yeah.
can figure it out.
Definitely.
What if the holes are
Well-
what if the holes are just naturally occurring? Just like
Well,
a
that'd
really
be
weird mountain.
Interesting. If they're not though, and they're like from a mole, maybe going. I don't know. I'd assume that the holes are
Okay.
like they go somewhere.
I was about to say the question is, which hole do you enter?
Yeah.
What is your criteria for choosing a hole?
I mean, I guess there's really no.
There are some ways you can figure this out. There are like hundreds of holes that you can see from the air. Which one do you pick? Ask me some questions about these holes.
Would
And
I be able to do like a knowledge nature or whatever, something like that?
Oh yeah. What kind of thing do you want to try to figure out about these holes with your knowledge nature?
Maybe which ones are the most, or I guess recent, or the ones that are.
That is exactly what you need to look for.
Yeah.
Give me knowledge nature or survival, whichever one you want.
I believe I have. I forget which one I have most in.
Probably survival because it's a wisdom skill.
Let me check my sheet. Skills.
Oh yeah, it's
I have
definitely
most
survival.
in survival. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I'll give you a survival.
30.
Okay.
That's a natural 20.
Damn.
Absolutely. Right away, you can see the dust being kicked up from one of the holes, and things not settling right as some of the rocks are kind of tumbling down. You see a hole that is currently being in progress dug.
It looks like whatever is making these holes is over here, and I kind of.
Yep.
Well, I don't know. We're in the sky, aren't we?
Yeah,
So
you
I don't know if I
motion
can
towards
point
it.
Still. Yeah.
All right. The group swoops down to the hole's entrance. Let's see. Tiger Mole's lair. You do reach a tunnel that goes down, maybe about 100 feet, before emptying into a large mine shaft. Seemingly, it's probably used by the nearby town. However, it looks long abandoned now that there's collapsed tunnels, holes everywhere. I'm going to... New map. Tell me when you show up.
I'm in.
Yep.
Wuyan is leading the group as you all sort of squeeze your way through these tunnels. There's a ton of collapsed caves, holes in the ceiling and in the floor. This place is a complete mess.
Alrighty. Is it like can we see in here?
It's not hard to see. There are, because there's, as you can see looking forward, there's actually enough holes in the ceiling that there's sunlight.
All right.
Let me get the Earth Clan theme.
And these are.
These,
minecart
yeah,
tracks?
those are minecart tracks right there. Yep.
Hmm. Alrighty.
All right. As you approach, you hear the very, very gentle trickle of a sort of underground river that you see. Probably wasn't originally there. You can see it's not created by erosion. This river was created by someone tunneling, with just water following them.
How deep is the drop?
The drop is maybe like 10 feet. And the water only goes up about 5 feet. So if you fell down, you'd fall maybe to your, like, the top of your chest.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm going to get the music.
I'm assuming both these bridges are intact.
Both those bridges are intact, however, they are kind of wobbly, and some of them are more collapsed inwards than being held up now.
Would I know if this one would be safe to cross?
Looks safe
at all?
enough, as long as you guys don't all, like, jump on it.
Okay, fair enough. I will cautiously.
Okay, you walk across the creaking bridge. As you reach to the side, there is a shake. The entire mountain shakes. And dust and rocks tumble. However, not enough to do any serious damage. As in front of you, there is a burst from the earth. Wuyan. And you see...
Oh.
That's a big boy.
Yeah.
Bursting up from the earth and sort of plopping down in front of all of you. You hear as the tiger mole opens its mouth and says, Tiger Mole kind of like shuffles forward, pushing. He essentially pushes pillars out of the way as he just kind of knocks rocks over.
I would kind of look back to Yuan because I'm not really good speaking. My character is not.
I will go ahead and motion for you to go ahead and take lead. You're in front.
We are. I am a retainer of. I forget the official title of Yuan, but I am the retainer of the new lord of these lands, and I'm here to assist him in perhaps receiving your blessing.
Blessing? For what? No power. No! Tiger Mole stomps his big paws down. I am not like Salamander. I do not willy-nilly give power away.
Well, of course not. We have to prove that we are worthy of such power.
No. No power ever. Tiger Mole stomps his big head onto the stone. It says, "If you come for a piece of me, you will get no such piece."
I look back at Yuan again.
Tiger Mole just walks this way, and like the entire cavern over here collapses inwards. It just hits the top of him, and right before the cavern hits him, it stops and holds in place as the earth molds around him.
That's interesting.
Tiger Mole drips his big snoot into the water and takes a big slurp.
Well, he certainly does not like the concept of him giving a blessing to Yuan.
Tiger Mole reaches his snoot out and he sniffs you, Huion. The tip of his nose is about as big as your chest.
I take a step back.
Okay. He says, "You do not smell like smoke. You are not from Salamander?"
No.
Correct. We are not from Salamander.
Ugh, finally. The Tiger Mole kind of like curls up and gets in a more comfortable position. Salamander men bother me all day for peace. I told them no.
Why?
Peace?
Why?
I guess every yokai is doing it now on this damn island. Giving pieces of themselves to mortals. They know it's against the rules. They don't respect the traditions. Tiger Mole stomps his paws. It makes me so angry.
You are not talking about blessings. You are talking about giving a piece of yourself to give some of your power up.
Yes. I hear Fox did it. But from Grapevine, I hear now those people are gone or whatever. But still, he broke the rules.
Yes, we help Fox see the error of his ways, and
we made a pact when I
himself.
created this island in the first place. Everything they step and walk on, climb in, it's all my work and they do not respect it. I made these hills and these mountains, you know. This whole island. When my family, he sort of like, I don't know how a Tiger Mole would do like quotation marks, like air quotes. He says, when my family and I, the other yokai, came to this place in the first place, I made this island for us. And I laid down the rules with them. And now they flaunt it just because some mortals are traipsing around.
We are not quite the same as some of those mortals that are traipsing around attempting to gain power. I don't seek power for power's sake, and I don't seek power from the yokai. I seek to establish order among the mortals so that the way of the correct way can be lived for both the yokai and the mortals.
Ah, finally someone who respects order. Damn Salamander and his cultists. Been bothering my village nearby. The people come to me for aid. They say Salamander's cultists take their grain. But I cannot leave. The mountain over there is far too hot. I would burn up. Damn Salamander. If only he would not hide in his stupid lava mountain. I would fight him myself, if he was not so cowardly.
Um, now that we have Fox back on following the correct path, maybe we can help your brethren, Salamander, find his way back to the correct path.
I doubt it. Salamander doesn't think at all, it seems. And he sort of like looks at you like with a gossiping tone. He says, "And I hear Spider has taken a mortal mate now. What is she thinking?"
Really? A mortal mate?
Yes. Such a thing. It's unseemly.
That is news to be.
So, would you like a hand with your the people down in your village? We shall do what we can to help.
The people I can aid myself. I've built walls for them to be safe now.
But their grain was stolen.
But yes, their food is gone and they cannot eat dirt as I.
Right. So would you like a hand with that? We shall do what we can.
If you can, return this grain to my followers from Salamander and his flock of power-hungry cultists. I shall grant you my blessing and work alongside you.
Very well. I don't seek anything more, and I thank you for your time.
Tiger Mole turns, and he sort of just steps downward into the dirt, and the dirt moves away as if to get out of his way. Leaving the group alone in the quiet yet but rumbling tunnel, although you know that it's probably gonna hold enough for you guys to get out.
Looking over to Wuyan. You did a very good job, my friend.
Thank you. I'm not used to the art of tact and diplomacy.
It is okay. We should all learn a little bit of each other's jobs to better understand the position that we all have to face.
Perhaps so.
Well, let's go see what is going on with Salamander and why things from his perspective.
Yes, I agree.
Alright, group. You climb your way up out of the tunnels. So, there's good news and bad news. The good news is, you know how to get, from the top of this mountain here, you absolutely know how to get into Salamander's lair. Can you guess what the bad news is?
It involves flying through hot lava.
It involves going through the top of the volcano down.
Yeah.
It would be about a 3-day fly to Salamander's lair.
Let me see.
Well, sounds like
Okay, gang.
we're gonna do a 3-day flight and try getting down.
Okay, it's about a 4-day fly, actually. You guys take off. You begin your flight. As you approach Salamander's Mountain, the air is slightly thicker with dust, but not enough to cause any serious, like, respiratory issues. And there is a very gentle plume of smoke coming out of the top of the mountain. As you guys sort of fly down and park on the mountain, you see maybe like 400 or 500 feet down, there is a gentle lake of lava. On the center of this lake of lava, there is a single, there's a rectangular, sort of curved on the edges, stone platform gently bobbing on the lava. Wuyong sneezes and trips into the volcano.
Oh no.
The lava splashes up. Party's dead.
Yeah, touching lava is like 20 d6 damage. But the group does see people gathered at the bottom, as well as something very large. I will show you what you see from a very, very elevated perspective. Let's make this map visible to players.
Yep.
Unloaded.
Yes.
Whoa.
And let me get the, I guess we gotta switch to the Flame Clan music. Okay, that is what you see. You see an enormous lizard. You assume its body is made of molten rock. And before it, as it sort of hisses in a flame-toned, a sort of hissing tone that you can't hear what it's saying from way up there, but people before it, you assume humans, are bowed in supplication as it hisses to them. No one in the pit seems to notice you right now, and it'd be pretty easy for you to just, like, glide down. The air here is so hot that you can literally just very gently glide down. You don't have to, like, do anything very special. And whenever you want to go up, you could just extend your kite wings, and it would just take you directly up.
Okay, so let's go ahead and just glide down.
Okay, gang. Let's get the Flame Clan track. I don't know if you're going to turn this one down. This one might get a little bit loud. Okay. As you sort of fly down and very gently land on the bobbing, and this is not a solid piece, by the way. This is a bobbing piece of rock, like a floaty in a pool. you guys sort of land. Immediately, Wuyan, you can tell that Mao is incredibly uncomfortable with this heat, and the fact that this is not a solid piece of Earth.
Yeah. Or cat.
I'll zoom in on these guys' art. The smaller guys, I mean. You see figures, they immediately take aggressive stances. Specifically, the two cultists in the center wave their arms and wreath their hands and arms in flame as you approach. Salamander sort of like very gently lays his head down nonchalantly while he whips his molten tail around and looks at you all. Stand aside, peons. The humans sort of bow in supplication and step aside. The rest of the group stays back while Yuan walks forward. Shizuko kind of takes a stance right behind Yuan to sort of stay out of Salamander's line of sight. Salamander does have a aura of both heat and intimidation about him. Have you burned your tongues?
Hello, Salamander. How goes this day for you?
No mortal walks into my lair without a reason. It is not simply to say hello.
I am trying to speak to the various yokai and understand what is going on in these lands.
All right. I see no harm in speaking. You may ask your questions.
Thank you, Salamander. I appreciate that. While my tone is not necessarily correct, his tone would be reverent, as appropriate to a powerful spirit, but not deferential, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Which I'm not sure if the fact that he's non-deferential would upset Salamander or not, but so that you understand the tone that
I get it. I hear the tone of your voice.
So, looking to the worshippers, I did not know yokai had worshippers as such.
All yokai are worshipped in one way or another. I have simply discovered a new way.
Oh? Could you explain this to me so that I understand? I am not making judgment, of course.
Gods are worshipped. Yokai are worshipped. Why not simply worship a yokai in the same way a god is worshipped? I am bound, and so are most things. Most spirits are bound by the strength of man's belief. And so, these followers have given themselves and their belief to me. In exchange, I have touched them deeply upon their souls.
This does not seem the normal order of things.
You sound like Tiger Mole. The normal order of things is over. The world is changing. It has changed since the Great Dying and the Calamity. How things used to be is no longer relevant.
I find that interesting. Fox had similar views.
Fox. I heard he had worshippers of his own. I have
Yes.
simply not backed down. And I am not corrupted as he was. I simply see things in a different way. I see the traditions, and I understand why they existed. I simply do not believe that those traditions are necessary anymore. My followers are some of the most powerful warriors on this island. And they have gone this way through training and with me. Do you burn your tongue? Speak again. You sit there dumbfounded.
Is this the disparity between you and Tiger Mole?
Tiger Mole and I have always had dark differences. He is simply not seeing the world in the way that it is. He sees the old ways only.
And you look forward to see what the future can hold, and he looks at the past. Is
I
that
look at
what
the
I'm understanding?
present.
I see.
I understand that conflict is coming to this island. The yokai and I have foreseen it. Soon this island will be erupted in conflict. And I am simply preparing.
I will be very honest with you. I am probably one of the causes of that conflict.
Yes, it is possible. Mortals have come to this island and upset the balance. So, instead of...
Vicky,
What?
I have to hit the bathroom real bad. I've been
All
trying
good.
to hold.
Someone else
I'm
could...
sorry.
I was gonna say, yeah, someone else could tag in if you want.
Okay.
Hope, what are
I'm
you
sorry.
thinking, Hope? Are you still alive?
My
What?
thinking.
What you thinking about?
I don't know. I'm curious about these worshippers, I guess.
Okay. Are you like eyeing them up and down, or are you just like giving them a cursory glance?
Just glancing. Like,
Alright.
I don't know, like wondering like what makes.
You see, each of the fire warriors is in a full set of metal armor, as well as they all wield falchions, these sort of two-handed long blades. The Salamander cultists, the ones wearing no armor, they wear no armor and they have no weapons, but they stand there ready to fight as always.
Mm.
Through training here, my warriors are some of the first, and there will be many more, as more people flock to my banner. There must be a most powerful yokai on this island, and it will be me. Siggy, what was that?
Oh, I was just clearing my throat.
Oh, okay, sorry, yeah. It was like an audio glitch on my end. It sounded like you were trying to say something.
So yeah, my microphone. I've been looking at Discord. My microphone's been like going on and off
Randomly,
for
yeah.
some reason. Yeah.
Usually I just hear you typing.
Yeah. So I have like.
It's all good.
I'm a part of a bunch of extracurriculars at my university, so I have a bunch of stuff going on in the background.
It's totally fine. Salamander eyes you all up and down, sort of getting a glance at you.
How big is Salamander?
Salamander is about twice as big as an elephant.
It's about the same size as Tiger Mole?
Yes, they're actually exactly equal in size.
Oh, interesting. Hmm.
You all seem strong. Why not join my side? Tiger Mole is weak and old. Such creatures are not meant to rule. Decide what is right. I am simply deciding what is right for myself, instead of listening to tradition. Do you not see the stagnation that such tradition could cause? Fire and heat is the element of change. And as such, fire will bring change.
But was it not... Is not this lava created from the earth? And so without such traditions, you would not have been able to accomplish what is now surrounding us.
While that may be true, such earth was in place before I changed it. And now, it is more powerful. And it is the way I see fit. Should I not have the ability to change whatever I see fit? Salamander kind of curls up into a stance to make himself look as tall as possible, very like regally, as he sort of balances on his, he sort of like props himself up with his forelimbs, and sort of looks down at you all. You see his mouth and nose very, very gently like drip magma, almost like a drooling dog.
Hmm.
This is not my this is my domain, is it not?
But are you also not the protector of your own domain?
And I am
And that
protecting it.
exists already?
I cannot be everywhere at once. Salamander waves his arm and motions towards the cultists. These protectors will see that my village and my domain are the most prosperous in all the land, surviving the coming conflict.
Well, what do you intend to do to your villagers?
My villagers will live in prosperity and harmony, training and battling until they are perfect and molded by fire.
Interesting.
Like a blacksmith's hammer to his craft, I will strike and mold them perfectly.
And what? And you plan on winning this conflict against the other yokai?
The conflict is not between us yokai, but it will be between you mortals. And those mortals that have banded together with yokai, I know that your leader brings clans many clans have worked together in unison with these yokai. A clash of such mortals, so closely tied spiritually with the yokai, will often mean a clash of yokai.
Correct.
I do not wish to win, I wish to simply survive.
But if there's such a conflict on the horizon, then who but the yokai would have the power to attempt to avert it, rather than force? I don't know how to say this.
You have a very harmonious thought in that regard. I see no reason to avert. Conflict is the nature of living. I simply wish to endure.
But as you said, is that, well, perhaps not as said, but you are for change. And so, as for example, Tiger Mole once thought that everything would follow his rules and stick to tradition, you have uh, gone against that. And so the forces of time and the winds of change will eventually come to you as well.
In what regard?
Well, you say you wish to survive, correct?
My people will survive.
Yes, but perhaps they will not uh, survive forever. Perhaps the coming conflict, but as I was saying before, there will always be change. And eventually, something will happen to where your people will either die out or turn against you.
Salamander looks at you strangely. He says, "My cultists and my warriors have undying loyalty. No such thing will occur."
Was these thoughts not also the same as Tiger Mole when he established the rules of this island?
Salamander is stumped mentally.
I don't know if I'm making any sense or not.
You are making sense. You are.
Okay.
So you say that one day I will be Tiger Mole.
Correct.
And
For
then
things
what?
must change. Well, then another yokai like you will come along and have a conflict between you in order to change things as you seek to do now against Tiger Mole's traditions and his rules that he set up long ago.
But if I am defeated and this change occurs, would that not be good?
What if the yokai that comes after you is less caring about their followers and their people than you?
Or what if they had fallen to a uh, Akuma, unlike you have?
Wait, how long have you been here, Yuan?
I've been listening for a little bit.
Okay. Siggy's,
They were doing a decent job.
Siggy is bringing up a lot of good points.
They were doing a decent job, so I was listening to it.
Salamander is in deep thought, as the cultists kind of like look at each other and look at you.
Are not the rules that Tiger Mole put in place to help prevent Akuma and to help prevent accidental corruption? And if constant change is happening, corruption will happen. It is just the nature of it. Maybe not from you, because you are a creature of change, but there will happen, corruption will happen, and if corruption does happen, who is to be there at that point?
I'm not in agreement.
Give me diplomacy. Sigi, you also give me diplomacy, but you're going to be aiding the role with your very good argument.
Okay. Just a normal diplomacy roll.
Yeah. Okay, you don't give a bonus. At least not an extra one. Ooh, 21. Salamander is in deep thought as he curls up.
Salamander?
But if I... He sort of is second guessing now. He says, but if I were to change, and then something were to change me, would that not be good?
As you know, Akuma is never good. Akuma is the corruption of change. And you are a being of change. You should know that corrupted change is something that it is to be avoided. It should be clean like fire, not smoky like distorted.
Salamander thinks deeply. He scratches his long, lizardy chin with a claw. Sort of like scraping away, you see his like liquidy kind of form as his claw meets molten metal. It sort of drips down like scraping jello. Perhaps I could change in a different way. I still wish to speak with Tiger Mole about his rules. Perhaps the rules could be changed. What say you of that, mortals?
The rules could be changed, but to what end? Change should happen for a purpose, not just to change. Such as the mortals coming here. As the mortals come here, the different yokai will have change happen to them. It is just the nature of mortals being around yokai.
And what of the coming conflict?
The coming conflict is the realm of mortals, not the realm of yokai. It is us who will find ourselves in that conflict, and us who shall solve that conflict. To have you step in, to have the yokai step in to that conflict, puts them in danger of falling to the very same flaws that mortals have. And maybe because you are a creature of change, you would be immune to it. But would your other yokai be immune to it? Would your other brethren be immune to it?
Give me a final, give me final diplomacy roll.
Okay.
Well, had he not already, hasn't Salamander already admitted that yokai would get involved anyway?
Yeah, he said if these clans are going to tie themselves to yokai, yokai would be involved. Maybe not physically, but they would be involved.
Right.
Perhaps some sort of limitation could be placed. Wow, 29.
I think that is a natural 20.
Yeah, that is a
for me,
natural
yeah.
20. I see your way. Perhaps change could come about slowly and naturally, rather than being pushed. Stand back now, mortals. All of you. Salamander leans forward and he will barf lava onto his cultists. All of them instantly die. He will then scoop up and eat their remains to gain his power back.
Oh. Well, we just killed those guys. Who never said the word was mightier than the sword?
There were two ways. There was either fight the Salamander cultists and then fight Salamander, or convince Salamander. You wouldn't have fought Salamander by itself. It would have been you and Tiger Mole versus Salamander. But
Right.
you actually were able to convince Salamander. I did not think that was going to happen. I still have 30 more minutes left in the game and I don't have anything prepped.
Well, we can go back to Tiger Mole.
We can go back to Tiger Mole.
Yeah.
Salamander will see you out and say, perhaps this conflict could be averted if the yokai stay out of it. But only if.
All of the yokai that have offered me blessings, I will go ahead and ask to stay out of the upcoming conflict specifically.
Salamander curls up into ash and dust and burns away, disappearing. As you all unfurl your kites and gently float up. As you do, you see below you the hot air. You see the lava crackle and crunch and solidify all at once. So guys, that was meant to be staggered, but you just gained 2 levels.
Okay.
Because you got 2 blessings at once.
Okay.
Wait, we got salamanders? Who else do we get?
Tiger Mole, because you dealt with
Yeah.
Salamander.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Oh, I forgot to say this, but Salamander... I guess, no, it was never brought up. I was supposed to say the grain was never brought up.
No, that would be the next place I would go, is to the village that was there, and ask that they share the grain with the Tiger Moles people.
Yep, so,
Yeah, I agree.
heading to Chozawa. It's about 3-day flight. But heading to Chozawa, you can see that Salamander is actually already there. He is... essentially trying to explain this to them. But not really explain, he's more ordering them to return the grain and to essentially attempt to make up with the village of Nokohama. The cultists are gone. They were barfed on to death. So now there's no one to sort of stir the pot militaristically in Chozawa. There's like a lot of plot points that just got deleted by that. But I never thought you guys would be actually able to convince Salamander.
Actually, it's funny. You go ahead and you have this little subplot that just kind of half there, but we take a day and a half doing it. then you have this idea for a a long plot, and we just circumvented
Yeah.
by
I was about to say
By
that literally
good
cut
documents and
that-
good rolls.
that literally cut 2 sessions out of the game.
Oof.
Because it was the original plan. I have nothing else planned after this. So I have to actually prep stuff for next week. But the original plan was meet Salamander. Salamander's pissy. You guys don't convince him. You fight Salamander's cultists, who were a really hard encounter, by the way. There were 2 pyrokineticists and 4 fighters. Then go back to Tiger Mole, say, hey, Salamander didn't listen. The 2 towns would eventually come to conflict, where you'd, like, meet both towns. They'd go to war with each other. You'd have to either stop it or take a side. And eventually, it would either resolve a ceasefire and a draw, or one of the 2 yokai would have been killed in that coming conflict. But you guys once again find the tunnel of Tiger Mole and land down in it. As you guys sort of step down, Tiger Mole climbs up out of the river, and you see the river water just seeps down into like somewhere as he just climbs up out of the mountain and turns over. Back again so soon? Your footsteps are so loud.
We have talked to Salamander, and he is changing his ways.
Pah. You cannot be serious.
Why not?
Tiger Mole looks at you. I can feel your heartbeat, and it is increasing. You don't appear to be lying.
No, I would not lie to a yokai. We just presented the truth to him, and he explained why he made his decisions, and we explained the flaws in his logic and why it could lead to other yokai being corrupted or an eventual fight between yokai. And he did not want to harm his brethren. He just wanted to make sure that he survived. And I presented a means for the upcoming conflict that he foresaw, to be less involved with the yokai, which is that all of the yokai will have to agree to stay out of the conflict to some degree, or to most degree, and only make sure that their own people are well cared for, but not assist in the fighting. Let the upcoming conflict be between mortals rather than yokai. And I think that was his biggest concern, is that there would be too much change, and that change would, and him being a creature of change, he saw that the only way to solve this would change himself and the rules of engagement to keep himself and his people safe. But I see a different way, which is that a conflict that involves mortals should involve mortals, and that the yokai stay mostly out of it.
Fine. I see your way. You have my blessing as well. While you are out, speak to Spider about her mate. Tell her I do not approve of this choice.
Very well.
Alright, gang. That's the end of the session. Everyone, you all hit level 8. So I guess we can use this time to level up.
Wait, level 8.
Level 8, yeah. So, Hunter. Let's do you first. Actually, let's do Ninja first, because they have the least amount of stuff. Hope. You there?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. So what you get, Hope, is... you get your extra attack this level, at level 8. And you get an additional ninja trick of your choice.
What's the extra attack? Is that like... do I
Extra attack
choose one of
essentially
those,
means
or-
when you're full attacking, so when you are standing still and doing your full attack, you just get to swing an additional time with a penalty.
Okay. I will pick another trick. At some point.
Certainly. You also all get additional feat of your choice at level 7. That is, I believe, your entire level. Your entire 2 levels. You get an additional feat as well. Which we can decide.
Wait, so are we level 6 right now?
Yeah, you're level 6 and now you're level
Oh.
8.
My guy says I'm level 5.
It says level 5, that's just because I forgot to change it. You're level
Oh,
6.
Okay.
Weon. You get, a feat for level 6, for level 7, you get your extra attack. And you get the ability Swift Tracker.
Uh-oh. What does that do?
You can move at your normal speed while following tracks, instead of moving at half speed.
Interesting. So, I basically get another feat.
Yep, get another feat. And you get your second Animal Focus. Which is an ability I think you've never used.
What is the animal focus?
Animal Focus, as a swift action, you can essentially get a bonus to an ability score.
Ability score?
Like dexterity, strength, stuff like that.
Oh. I feel like I used that once when we attacked Masamune or whatever it is.
Masamune, yeah.
Maybe I used that once. I honestly don't know. Probably not though.
It would essentially just make everything you're doing better.
So I get to I choose one?
No, you can now just have 2 at once active.
Oh. So I get to improve one of my stats?
For a short period. For up to 8 minutes a day.
Oh.
You can essentially give yourself... Like, you could give yourself +4 dex and... I don't know. Like, because you can choose 2 at once now, so you can get +4 dex and +10 movement speed if you'd like. For 8 minutes, which is crazy.
We also get a ability score.
Yep, which I've already placed into the appropriate thing for Wu Yan and Jijan, because they were at 19 out of 20 decks.
Same here.
So... I can improve... Can I improve dex and strength at the same time?
Yeah, if you wanted to, you could do Swift Focus, Bull, and Tiger.
And that is, that takes a turn to do?
It takes a Swift action, so you can totally do it while shooting.
Okay. And so I get... Okay, right. So that's that. And I get a feat. Let me see. Does my, what is it called? There's like...
Everyone has, like, big boy hit points now. Jijan Bo has 70 hit points.
I have 54. So sad. I'm trying to think.
Does that number include the boost I get from the belt?
Yes.
Hmm. What would it be without it?
It would be 8 less.
Okay.
So can it be any feat, right?
Any feat you want, as long as you have the things for it.
For the prerequisites.
I think a bunch of like super cool archery feats just got opened up for you.
Has my
Oh, you can take many shot now. Many shot is
bow.
when you make a full attack with the bow, your first attack fires 2 arrows, dealing double damage.
Wait, say that again.
When making a full attack with a bow, your first attack fires 2 arrows. If the attack hits, both arrows hit, dealing double damage.
So a full attack, meaning
When you shoot multiple
attack.
times. So like when
Okay.
you do your rapid fire, right?
Right.
If you hit with the first attack, it automatically does double damage because you shoot 2 arrows at once.
Okay. But I get 2 attacks now, right?
You get 2 attacks plus rapid shot, so 3 attacks.
Okay, so rapid shot is only okay. And then if the first attack hits, it does double damage. Okay.
Yep, double damage.
That sounds good. I will take that then.
Nice. I'll say it's a pretty easy choice.
Yeah.
Yuan, did you already update your stats? Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
already updated your max HP. Okay. Nice.
Wait. Did I do that wrong?
No, you did it totally right.
So I get to shoot 6 times?
Oh no, you did it twice. You fired, so you shoot 3 times. You fired the same attack twice.
Oh, I see. Okay. I was just adding. Okay.
So that
Just
first
do
attack,
that.
yeah. Oh yeah, so that attack,
Yep. Oh.
that was with that was without rapid shot.
Right.
If that were to hit, it would have dealt 72 damage,
Okay.
instantly killing anyone in the party.
Yeah. That's powerful. But that
Yeah,
was on a
Archers
that
are no joke. Archers are kind of busted, especially if you're like a paladin archer with like fucking many shot plus smite evil damage. It's crazy. We have a paladin in the Sunday game who is like an 8th level paladin, and he's constantly. Oh, I guess he lost his paladin levels due to a story thing, but he used to be like smite evil and then like 100 something damage per turn with the just by firing arrows off.
Hmm. Right.
Okay, well that's the music gone.
I feel like I'm hitting higher AC now.
You
for my
are.
attack.
Because you have bonuses to hit now. Your bonus to hit goes up when you level.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You have like an additional +3 or something to hit from those levels. Yeah, you're seriously gonna kick ass.
I hope so. I feel like the past couple sessions I haven't done very much. Like the first few I thought I was doing really well, and then like I don't know, the past couple everyone else has kind of stolen the show so far, except for the just this last session when I rolled that nat 20 and killed whatever the fuck it was.
I was gonna say you always end up. I mean, I think almost every enemy in the game has been killed by you.
I wouldn't go that far, but
Real close to it.
Let's see. What do you get, Yuan? I'm not very experienced with Warlord.
It's actually I get a couple.
Oh, and also you forgot, but I will do it for you. You forgot to change your hit dice. Now changed. So you had 66, not 62.
I get a really neat thing called tactical assistance. As a move action, I can go ahead and do aid another, and it affects every. If I successfully do it, it affects every single person within 30 feet.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and it's a move action rather than a standard action, so I can do it and do a strike.
Jijan Bo. I assume you're looking at ninja tricks, right?
Yeah, I'm not
Okay.
really sure where to go from there,
From
from where I am.
From ninja tricks? Oh, well, pick whatever you
Yeah.
think sounds cool.
But should I pick something that requires key points?
I mean, at this point, you could if you want.
Yeah,
If you feel it's an issue, you could literally just pick the extra key feat.
My suggestion on that is to when you level up, every other level pick something that doesn't use key points, because your key point abilities are going to be your coolest abilities. So definitely pick them. It's just don't focus in on them, because then you'll find yourself without enough key points. So like you picked one last level that was non-key point. So this level, definitely I would pick up key point ability just because they're cool.
Okay. Go looking.
There are a lot of pretty cool ones. Jijan Bo, there's a really boring feat that you could pick, but it's really good. Improved initiative. It just literally makes you go faster. Not faster like speed, but it makes you go. It makes it easier for you to go first.
Yeah, is there a list of feats?
There's a huge list of feats. There's like 10,000 something feats. It's really overwhelming. But I believe there's ninja guides for like recommended feats.
Alright, let me look that up.
Here, I have it right here. Put it in general chat.
Oh wow, that's like the exact page that I had already found and was
Yep.
on.
Extra key is recommended. Improved initiative. You already have weapon finesse. You already have weapon focus. Dodge gives you +1 AC. It's pretty decent.
Wait, so what's my base attack bonus now?
6.
Okay.
That's what gives you the extra bonus.
Right.
Toughness, if you if you really want to just get more hit points, you could take toughness. It just gives you more hit points. Let's see. You could take extra rogue talent if you want another ninja trick.
I feel like either extra key or improved initiative make the most are like the most
What's about
essential ones.
if you're choosing an extra key point a key power this level for ninja trick, maybe choosing extra key would be good.
Yeah.
Because right now, let's see, your key is pull ninja up. Ninja, let's see, key. Half your level plus your charisma mod. So you have 4 plus 2, 6. Plus you already have the extra key feat. You could take it again though, I think. Can you take extra key more than once?
Yes.
Okay, you could take it again. You have 8 points right now. with extra key, you'd go up to 10, I think? It's a lot of points. Straight up, like...
Yeah, is that, like, worth it, or...
I mean, it's if you want to just straight up just spam your cool abilities, like, every fight, that's absolutely worth it. You could also pick a ninja trick that requires a higher key point, because your other key point abilities are... What, they only cost 1 point, right? You could choose one that costs more points. Like, wow, do they all really cost 1?
Yeah.
I see one. I see that.
Only one costs 2, and that's the one that allows you to temporarily gain a new trick.
Yeah.
Let's see.
When I hit 5, I forgot to grab a new feat, so I have 2 feats.
Are you going to level up Shizuko and
I will,
Tano, see
yep.
who gets a level?
Still gotta find someone to actually play Shizuko.
Yeah, I've been asking other people. I found another person because I know I've had like 3 or 4 different people that have expressed interest, and then they either like dip out or what. But I had another person who said they're interested, but their Tuesday nights are taken for like the next few weeks, but then afterwards they'd be interested. And I said, well, I don't know if it'll.
The
even
game will
last
be
that
like
long.
over in 3 weeks.
Yeah. And so I don't know. I was planning on asking other people from another source.
Ooh, long step. This is a cool trick. When you 5-foot step, spend a key point to 10-foot step. At 10th level, you can 15-foot step. That's actually pretty cool.
Who left?
What?
Somebody left and then rejoined.
I didn't hear anyone.
Oh, okay.
There's also Living Shadow. You can spend a key point to roll stealth twice and take the higher number.
Is that a trick?
Yep. Oh, you can take Acceleration of Form.
Yeah, that was the one that I was looking at before.
Yeah, that's super busted. Acceleration of Form and then cast Shadow Clones and then go invisible all at once.
Yeah.
Just run up and just beat someone to death. Who's moving?
I kind of want that one.
Who's moving Tiger Mole? Oh, it was you, Siggy. Okay. Don't move him. He's a very big boy.
Okay.
Okay, Acceleration of Form. I'll keep that down. And then extra key, right? For just more points.
Yeah, I'm kind of between that and then improved initiative.
It's up to you. Whatever you think would be best.
So I would have 10 key if I took that one?
Yeah.
If I took it?
So that's
I guess I'll
10,
take it.
That's 10 uses of abilities per day.
I guess I'll take it then.
Okay.
I feel like we got a ton accomplished.
Oh yeah, today was a great session. We did a lot of talking, but that talking was all good.
Yes, I didn't know if I was going the right way with Salamander, but
You got there. Now you can test your new attacks, Shijan. Because you get to swing twice now.
Yay.
Damage.
And that's without sneak attack too, because your sneak attack is 4d6 now. So your attacks would actually look more like this. some high damage. That is a lot of attacks. Mao also levels up.
Oh yeah. Wow.
He doesn't get too much though, because he's a cat.
I'm so sad.
He gets... He just gets +1 to hit.
Really?
Yeah, basically. And some more HP, obviously.
Sad.
He is a cat.
I just got a feat that anytime somebody misses me, so let's say they're doing like 5 attacks on me, the very first attack that misses me, I can take a 10-foot step, or every attack that misses me, I can make a 10-foot step that does not provoke attacks of ops.
That's pretty rad. Oh, also, Mao's strength and dex go up by 1. Look at Mao. He's a very strong boy now. He's got 18 strength and... Oh, he's got 20 strength, 22 dex.
Strong.
That is the strongest member of the party. Yeah, by far, he is the strongest member of the party. At least physically.
Yeah.
He's got +11 to hit, too. Those were bad rolls.
Hold on, let's try again. He has the highest dex also.
Yeah, that was a natural 112. He doesn't do a lot of damage, but his attacks are very consistent.
Yeah.
And also, he's a good flanking partner.
Yes.
And also, his AC is a very stupid 23.
It says he's only level 7.
He only has 7 hit dice. Even though he's an 8th level creature, the animal companions have less hit dice than you.
Okay.
Okay, gang. I guess next time, I'll have to prepare Spider and Turtle. Try not to do them all at once.